Hello everybody, how we all doing? Welcome back to the channel, Off the Underside. A very exciting week coming up this week because with a very exciting weekend of football fixtures there. And we're joined by a guest this weekend. We're joined by Graham, Hearts enthusiast. Graham, how are you, pal?
Not bad. Appreciate having me on. Hope you're all well.
No bother, mate, no bother. Corey and Davey, I'm joined by you two guys as well. How are you doing?
What's happening?
The usual.
The usual. Aye, but, you know, we're here to talk about football, man. We're here to talk about the big controversy of the weekend. Basically, it started off at Ibrox. David, were you at the game?
Aye, mate.
What did you make of the game, mate? Rangers won the game 4-2.
They made it look hard. Wasteful. Too many chances getting wasted, mate. That was a bit too easy to cut open off.
Aye.
Aye.
Happy you scored 4 goals, though, you know what I mean?
When we scored the second, mate, you're thinking, right, just get to half time, so it's what, 42 or something like that, and basically they got a part and score. But I don't know if it was a foul in Moore in the middle of the park, but I think it gave, and they just switched off, mate. Shooter again.
Yeah, and I've seen quite a few Rangers fans criticising him. I think he had the best of games for him.
See the thing with sort of, but is it just he's slow?
Nah, mate, it's just
sometimes.
everything about him nowadays, man. Whereas last year you'd probably say he was probably one of the first names on the team sheet, but no. I'd rather buy Cheetah.
So where do you put that? Didn't he be shooter then? Just lack of confidence this season or what?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. Sometimes you can just get through spells, can't you? But he's going through a season. It's not a bad spell, it's a bad season. And he keeps letting the ball bounce. Done it a few times against Jews in the cup game, I know. Letting the ball bounce. You're prepared to fucking go and meet the ball. Don't let it bounce.
That's why I think sometimes he's just too slow. I mean, he's just like reactions. I mean,
blaming him for the second one, I know.
Nah, fuck him.
But I mate, Nadiri looked good in the first half, picked up an injury, didn't come out. Chermiti looked good in the second half, some he's flicked, but he's fucking missing too many chances. Like ones he should be buried.
Well, that's the thing. I think the top 3 teams are doing that at this point in time, to be honest with you. But, you know, you got the job done, you put the pressure on Hearts and Celtic, you know, on the Sunday, so that's all that really matters at this point, isn't it?
You sing my song, I know, don't I?
But top of the league.
We shall not be moved.
Sing that for 24 hours, did you?
24 hours, aye, mate. Not even 24 hours, but I'll fucking sing it, I'll tell you. But it was good, because I didn't sit in my seat. I sat up one, right front row, where the way, and I get 2 tickets together half Sunday, so it was good sitting somewhere else, I know.
Whereabouts were you?
The main stand still, see where I sit, Corey, just to the left a bit, but one up, right against the wooden first fucking pier.
Aye, the barrier thing.
So it was row A, but aye, it was good, mate.
So with that performance on Saturday, like I say, obviously you won the game 4-2, which is on paper is comfortable. You're saying it wasn't as comfortable as
no, it should have been bare comfortable, mate. They were shite. Dundee United were terrible. We let them score twice.
But based on that performance, are you confident getting into the rest of the 6 games?
Come on, what a daft question you asked me, obviously. I'm always confident.
I know, but answer like you're a normal person, will you?
Confidence, ask me if we can be confident. Do you know what I mean? I'm the man. I've been saying this for week 1.
You have to be fair.
I think the 2 weeks that we've got the Monday against Hearts and then News and the Sunday the following week, mate, that's a big 2. Fuck me for 3.
Aye, we'll talk about the fixtures in a minute. I'm just trying to get to the games and that as well. But aye. So you won the game comfortably anyway in the end. So, like I say, you put the pressure on Hearts. Graham, Hearts played the earlier game on Sunday against Livingston. I watched the full game, mate. What did you make it?
Frustrating. It's a game you have to win. Bottom of the league table, they've not won a league game. Well, they've only won 1 game all season. And I think you have to win that. I didn't think we started the game well. First 10 minutes we were quite poor. Lewis opened the goal, and then from after about 10 minutes until we equalised for the second time, I actually thought we were the better side. Had numerous chances, missed a few big opportunities. And I just felt that last half hour, we just didn't do enough. Once Livingston get the equaliser, you think, right, go and kill this game off now. but we didn't create enough chances. It was far too slow. I was frustrated at a few things. The last minute, the board goes up for 4 minutes. 93rd minute, and we're passing the ball about the back. Get it in the box. I was really frustrated with that. I thought the subs were far too late. 77 minutes to make our first change. Needed to be earlier. See, I think there was a lot of frustration after Sunday because it's a game you have to win it. You know, it's a game that you have to win. Fair play Livingston, but that's the game that Hearts have got to be going and winning that game.
Aye. I was on the Scottish Football Zone last night talking to Robbie and stuff, and Robbie was saying about how Hearts fans, and he did mention you in particular, obviously, because he knows you and stuff. He says if he was in your position, he'd be really quite disappointed about how things are going in the last few weeks, because I know that it's been a great season for Hearts, but, you know, considering how bad Celtic have been, how bad Rangers have been, you know, to lose away to Kilmarnock, to draw like against Livingston, okay, you've grinded at good results at home, but when it comes to this away form, it's not doing you any favours coming into the kind of the business end of the season at this point. I know that you're going to say you're going to be chuffed with the season, and so you should be, you know what I mean? But is there a wee tinge of disappointment that it's only 1 point clear of Rangers at the moment?
Yeah, I think there has to be. I think 1 point from our last 12 away games is not great. And I think as well, we've only taken 15 out of 27 against the teams in the bottom three, which isn't really title winning form. And I think to not beat Livingston and not beat Kilmarnock is really disappointing. And it might be those games that comes back to haunt us. But having said that, I reckon against top 6 teams is actually pretty good. And I kind of said this on my own Twitter, my own TikTok yesterday. These last 6 games might actually benefit us because we are a better team more with the ball. When we don't have to actually press the game and dictate a game, we're actually better. And I think against the other teams we're going to play, most of those like tough possession. So this might benefit us. And we've only lost 2 games against the top 6 teams, Rangers and Hibs. So we've got a decent record. It's a big opportunity still. There's 6 games to go. We've still got a chance. But the away form is a slight concern now. Not been quick.
Thing is as well, I know you lost Shanklin for a number of weeks, you lost Devlin for a number of weeks, and you still got results at home and stuff. But do you think that, you know, the guys now, like Cheshnikov, I know you were quite critical of him on your TikTok the other day. You've got Mato, who's on the bench, who's not really cutting it. Kabori's not cutting it, in my opinion. You think it's kind of shown now that the squad isn't as maybe as strong as you'd have hoped to have been at this point?
I still think it's a strong squad. I think other players have stepped up, but there's no like Shanklin. I mean, Shanklin coming back on Sunday, huge. 32 goals. That's a fantastic record with both of them. Devlin's a huge miss. I mean, in the middle of the park, he's such a fantastic player. I think Kabori has at times looked all right. Chesnikov was awful. He lasted far too long. And Mato, we spent all that time trying to get the guy in January to give him no minutes. It's a very bizarre situation. I've heard a lot of stories about why he's not getting a chance. I don't know how true they are. But there's no doubt for me that having Shanklin back is huge. I thought he was great on Sunday. He probably played longer than he should have done because he's not fully fit. But it just goes to show his importance to that team. He has to play.
Aye. And I'm going to admit, see if I was to pick out the players that Hearts couldn't really afford to lose over the last few months, I would have picked Shanklin, I'd have picked Devlin, and I'd have picked Finlay. You know what I mean? And I know Halkett's been out for a couple of games and that as well. So I think Hearts have been quite unfortunate with their injuries, to be honest.
Yeah, I think Finlay's due back on Saturday from Motherwell, hopefully, which is a big plus. I think Harry Milne's been a big miss because he just offers something different on the left-hand side. Apart from being very good defensively, he's great going forward, which Jamie McCart doesn't offer. I thought Kingsley did well on Sunday. But, yeah, I mean, there's no doubt, as soon as Shanklin and Devlin went down injured against Falkirk in that cup game, you thought, oh, no, here we go. But having them back now, the fact we are still a point clear with 6 games to go, I think they are massive. And I think, for me, looking at Celtic and Rangers, we've got one thing that I don't think either of them have got as a proper goal scorer in Lawrence Shanklin and Cledo Braga as well, which I think is going to have a massive benefit for these last 6 games.
Aye, I agree. I think it definitely is a good point. But Corey, did you watch the game on Sunday, the Hearts game?
There's only wee clips here and there, and for what I said it on the Celtic corner with you, Jamie, that when Livy know that TV cameras are on, they're a different animal. They just play different. But I thought to an extent it showed a bit of Hearts cracking under the pressure. I thought. I don't know about you, Graham. I don't know if you thought it's just a luck against the bottom three sides, but as relegation fodder, they should be 2-3-0 beating them easily. I don't know what you think about it. If it is maybe the pressure's getting to some of the Hearts players, but that's what I felt for the clips I seen.
I thought we had plenty of chances on Sunday, we just didn't take them. I mean, there was one moment in the first half where Braga has a shot which he should pass it, and Devon was raging at him. And I think I heard another Heart podcast saying, "Is that showing the pressure?" But to be fair, we've been under pressure for the last 6 months. We've been top of the table for months, and I think we've handled it quite well. Sunday was just one of these things that hates me. We're in when they go back to 2-2. We should have been really going for it, and to not putting the ball in the box in the last minute and fan about with it, get it in the box. Anything could happen. Anything could happen. It could break edge of the box, a deflection, whatever. But to not actually put the ball in the box, if I'm Shankland, I'd be raging at that as a striker. So I do think we handle the pressure quite well, but we are now getting to a position that we don't have experience of winning titles in that team. Maybe it is starting to show a little bit, but as I said, I think we've handled it quite well for the last 6 months.
But that's what I was thinking there, though. See, for the past 6 months, there's always been a bigger gap, but now the gaps are getting shorter and shorter. Celtic are close to Rangers. Rangers are close to you. Like Celtic and Rangers are a wee bit more experienced in title runs. I know they've not really been as close as this one, but maybe you're right. Maybe it is the inexperience of the Heart squad that is just coming in, and maybe it is creeping the pressure. Like now it's the business end of the season, only 6 games ago. Could they handle it? We don't know. We need to wait and see. Maybe Sunday was the start of something, or maybe it was just a wee blip.
I think what you've got to remember as well is, though, I mean, guys like Braga and Kyrgios and all that, they've played a lot of games this season. You know what I mean? And they're expected to perform week in, week out. You know, and Hearts are, regardless of if Hearts finished first or third this season, they've had a great season. They've overachieved everything that they've set out to do. You know, like I said, guys like Braga, Kyrgios, Halkett's played a lot of games, and, you know, the goalkeeper as well. I mean, it's hard to perform every single game. And another thing I want to mention as well is, see these opposition. You know, I thought Livingston played really, really well for the first 20 minutes. As you say, Graham, you're looking at it from a Hearts point of view. Didn't quite, you know, impose on the match straight away as you would have hoped. But then a lot of credit needs to go to Livingston. I thought they passed the ball about really well. They scored a nice goal. And that's what we're going to get, by the way, guys, for the now to the end of the season. Everybody who's going to be playing Celtic, Rangers and Hearts is going to be fighting, because they want to make an impact on this title race as well. They want to be the team that stops, you know, a certain team winning or whatever. They want to be, you know what I mean? They want to make the headlines and all that as well. So these teams will be fighting for their lives.
I wasn't trying to discredit Livingston or even Hearts' season, but I was just thinking maybe it is that inexperience, and they have been dealing with pressure, but the pressure has always had a bit of a cushion. The gaps have always been a bit bigger, like 4 or 5 points here or there, but now it's the nitty gritty, squeaky bum time a wee bit. And
That's it. We're going to be looking at Celtic, Rangers and Hearts. You know, we're going to be looking at their performances and stuff. But Livingston have improved under Marvin Batley. You know what I mean? They've done better since he's came in and stuff. But aye, it'll be interesting anyway. But let's go to the Celtic game. Celtic obviously knew that Hearts had dropped some points earlier on. Corey, I know we spoke about it a wee bit in the Celtic corner, but you weren't too impressed with the Celtic performance overall?
no, not overall. I thought the first half we were good. We had enough chances to finish the game, just couldn't take them. Sven Chara, he's not the striker for us. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have that killer instinct that we need, especially at this time of the season. And I thought the second half we started so poorly. Dundee again, credit them. They came out all guns blazing and took it to us. They got the penalty, which was rightly so. And I thought this could be the game. Celtic's season, the title race, all that's over. But they dug in deep. Iheanacho came on and became the hero. And overall, I think we did do enough to win the game. but I just didn't think it was good enough from the standards that I've got. And I think it's maybe a bit entitled Celtic fan, maybe, that I expect the best. You can fucking stop nodding in the corner there anyway. But I do feel like I'm in that bracket a wee bit. I do feel a wee bit entitled. I do think Celtic are a bigger standard than the rest of the league. And that's just the way I think, and I think that's due to the finances, the players we can bring in compared to the rest of the league. So that's why I've been so disappointed and so raging about this season overall, because I just feel like we're below par in every department.
Again, mate, like I said to David, though, I agree what you're saying, but when it comes to this point of the season, doesn't matter how you play, see, as long as you win the match. As long as you get a match.
I'm happy at the end of the day that we got the 3 points and they were still in the title race, but you know where I'm getting. It's just sometimes you just watch the games and you just like, that's nowhere near good enough, but you take it.
Aye.
And
It's
hopefully
like Graham talking about away from me. All three have been shite at him. Away from him.
we've been trying to him and all.
Aye, you so.
But I think Graham is right, but they've got Braga, they've got Shanklin, they've got people that would scare a defence. We don't. We've got Iheanacho, aye, but he's not fully fit. Hopefully he becomes fully fit and he becomes that guy. But that might be the point for the pro for Hearts, that they've got like they've got goal scorers. We don't know have that necessarily in the striking department anyway.
What do
I
you mean?
definitely, Maida's not been doing it.
Nah.
He was good the first 8 minutes that I seen.
I
First
said that it was to see the first 10-15 minutes. It looked all right. It looked like Maeda of the end of last season. Then after he just went missing, and after I forgot he was playing until he got subbed off. I think.
When do you to make Johnson get away with Canada and fucking aggravating the injury?
Funny, he didn't play any games, so just done it on a training pitch anyway. They've been on a training pitch if he was at Celtic Park anyway. So
I don't know. Like, it's nothing against the Canadian FA or anything like that. They shouldn't have went over. It's probably a good thing that he was training and still getting rehab and all that, but still being in that national environment type of thing. But
there you go.
We'll see.
Right, I've got a question for you, Graham, for Stu. Graham, I know you thought Cheshnikov would be better. Do you think he will come good, or is Scottish football not for him?
I just think he's not used to the physicality of the league. I mean, I genuinely thought we were going to get a fantastic player. He's been great for Kazakhstan. He looks a far better player than he does for us. He's not taking people on. He just doesn't look the player I hoped he was. I'm going to give the guy time, because it is a new league. It's a new experience. He's got a long-term contract. Maybe next season he'll be better. But I want to see more of him. It doesn't look like a winger for me. He looks more of a striker than he is a winger. I think he looks very lightweight. He's knocked off the ball too easily. I say I'm not going to write the guy off, but I thought on Sunday he lasted 77 minutes far too long. He should have come off at half-time.
You've chased him for a while too, didn't you? You've chased him for a while, didn't you?
We did, and I think we as fans all do it. We all talk players up, and we all think this guy's going to be great. That with Chesnikov, I'll admit that. I thought this guy's going to be class, but disappointing so far. I think he was been miles off it.
No.
He was really poor. One thing I will say as well, though, and I was going to mention this earlier, Hearts fans talking about Derek McInnes getting sacked can fuck off, because that's just absolute bullshit.
It's wildness. Because I was talking about entitled Celtic fans.
Let's be honest.
But I was talking about entitled Celtic fans. That's entitled Hearts fans.
You know, I done a video about it this morning, right? And there was people in the comments when I done the video this morning saying, there's literally no any Hearts fans saying that, right? And then about 10 minutes later, there was a Hearts fan saying, I'm getting one more game. I'm not happy with it. And I'm like,
fuck off.
Are you serious, man? Are you actually serious? What is actually wrong with people? Is it just like lack of knowledge or whatever? What is that all about, man?
As I said, mate, we did it. Us two, we've done it for years. Players and managers that don't get a couple of games, and then
but look what Hearts are doing, man. Come on, look what Hearts are doing. We're in April in the top of the league.
I
and
know,
this
but that's fine.
brilliant. It was,
Because they're expected to stay there the rest of the season, and because that gap's went for, us, it's went for about 11 or 13 points they won. Do you know what I mean? So that's why. And let's be honest, Jamie, we'd be doing it if it was fucking us dropping points when you need to win.
You can get that logic, but the season that Hearts have had is unprecedented. You won't see
Did you-
anything like this again.
did you see the clip of Charlie Mulgrew talking about that? He was on that podcast he does with Kevin Thompson, and he was saying about how they were talking about, Hearts with this Jamestown analytics thing and Celtic and that, how, in Belgium, USG are doing it with, who is it? Is it Standard Liège, Davey? In Belgium. Is it USG and
Bruges, top two.
Bruges,
Aye.
and USG, and they're doing, and what they said was, well, USG are spending kind of half of it.
Aye.
Bruges are doing it, and they're competing. And then Charlie Mulgrew said, I looked into this. Do you know, Hearts have spent a tenth this season of what Rangers have spent.
Aye.
A tenth.
Aye.
And yet they're a point ahead of them.
Mate, Chermity alone would probably be fucking more than what they've spent.
That USG's linked with Brighton, aren't they?
Aye, that was his first team. He broke them up for the second division or something and just said he was going to win the league, and then they done it last year and they're winning the league with maybe 4 points. I think Bruges had a game in home when I checked it the weekend. But again, mate, they sell a player and they've already got one in the door for 600 grand. And they've just sold a defender or striker for 20 million. They've got one in the door for £1 million.
It's like
And he
Derek
comes out
Ferguson open goal when he's saying the Cypher. He's like, I can tell you all the stats about East Kilbride.
Aye.
He's like, I'll tell you after, but he's like, I can if I wanted to.
Sorry for not getting to some comments here, guys. There's a few that I'm kind of having to bypass. But Hearts are in the prime driving seat. Tony Bloom said he would challenge for the title in 10 years. Well, it's his first year. 10 years, they might be the force above Celtic and Rangers.
Aye, mate. I thought he said 5 years. He would win the league in 5 years, but there you go.
I think this is just the start of Hearts being a
I've said that, mate.
I don't think necessarily they're going to win the league over Celtic and Rangers, but they're always going to be thereabouts and being a pain in the arse.
But how do you know that? How do you know you're going to get your appointment in the summer, right?
No, but
how do we know they could have a great season again next year?
Because I don't
Europe
see it
brings more money, so they're going to have more money to spend next season.
No, I'm just thinking that if Celtic and Rangers get it both right, I don't think Hearts will, but they'll still be there being a pain in the arse, trying to be a destruction.
I think Hearts might be in a similar position to Motherwell next season because, you look at Hearts now, say they go in and win the league, Kerry Edis will be sought after, Braga's going to be sought after, Cammy Devlin, people will be looking at him. People are going to be looking at these Hearts players, and then I think people are going to be looking down south at Derek McInnes. So it's all just about how they kind of, and that's what I'm saying about Motherwell. Askews sought after, Elliot Watt's going to be looked after, Elijah Just, all these guys. So it all just depends on how they can kind of, if these guys do leave, how they can recycle them. Do you know what I mean?
If they use that Jamestown analytics thing, they've probably got the next Braga potentially on the system where they go. I mean, that's what David was saying with that USG. When they sell somebody, they'll get somebody else in.
Always there, mate.
That's what Hearts will be.
In the last 5 years, I've watched Brighton do it, I know, just buy random boys for random teams and send them in boys. There's a wee boy at Swansea, Jacob or something like that, middle of the park, mate. It's got to be brilliant. Brighton bought him 2 years ago.
But that's what Hearts are wanting. Fade that.
The only thing is Brighton's getting their money.
But look at the players that Jamie even listed off. That's all through that Jamestown thing. I mean, Braga, the boy that we can never
Braga, was that a Slovenian second division team he came for?
Yeah.
Do you have faith in Hearts? Do you have faith in Hearts, Graham, that if you do lose guys like Braga and stuff, that you can replace them with a similar kind of quality?
Absolutely. That's what the whole Jamestown thing's for, and I think if Braga does go, and I think he will, because he's been outstanding this season, I think we need to get value for money for him, and I think that's what Jamestown will do. They'll get the best money that we can possibly get. We won't be letting for pay. We've already got the guy Josh McPate coming in for St Johnston, so that's already one in for the summer. And I think we will get better. You know, Tony Bloom saying that we'll win the league in the next 10 years. We are miles ahead of schedule here. We are well overperforming what we should be. And I think it is exciting times. I said this on my TikTok page. It's exciting times. Whatever happens this season happens. If we win the league, I don't think it's going to get better than that. If we don't, then I do think we'll still be around for the next number of years, still try to split the old, still being right up there. So I think no matter what happens, it is very exciting times for a Hearts fan right now. Given the fact that last we were awful, we were bottom six, this has been way beyond my expectation.
It's probably gave the Old Firm a kick up the arse it's probably needed. They probably have been complacent that it's only been a 2-horse race. Hearts have got Tony Bloom. They probably never really took it seriously, but now I think next season.
Do you really think the Celtic board have taken it seriously, mate? Don't take anything seriously.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
I've seen that he's a link with John McCracken at Dundee for your new goalie.
Oh,
I know. I mean, that's the thing that's annoying me as well. I mean, they've not even got a manager, a long-term full-time manager in place, but yet Martin O'Neill and following him are doing it at Preston watching players.
I've seen that and all that. Everton.
But
I don't get that, man.
But next season they'll need to. Rangers will need to take Hearts seriously. Celtic will need to take Hearts seriously because I do.
You don't know. That's the thing. But you can't look at that form front because Hearts might not have a good season this year. Next year reserve this year.
Well,
we might know. You might know. Do you know what I mean?
I know, but Hearts. Even if Hearts do fall away, we can't take that chance. Celtic.
That's right. See, if we don't win the league, they better win the league.
Oh, they'll start that pitch, you know.
I see Jamie's video the day. I'm going to go against it.
Jesus is King says at the end of the day, Nonsi and Martin are the reason Hearts are top of the league. I mean,
no, they're not.
I think that's just a complete disrespect to Hearts, to be honest.
I know. Put it this way, they were fucking top of the league before Nonsi came in.
And Rodgers and Martin.
Do you know what I mean? That's what me saying. Oh, we're no top of the league because Russell Martin drew fucking 7 or 8 games or whatever.
I mean, that is an entitled Old Firm fan saying that.
Yes.
You know what I mean? That is.
Season.
Fair enough, that's your comment, mate, but I just totally disagree with you. I think it's unfair to Hearts.
They fucking top before they came in, any of the two of them.
The only thing we've been waiting on the Hearts bubble busting, and
it's not happened. Babies have struggled to beat them. Many times we played them this year, 6.
Aye.
Hearts deserve to be top. I agree. I think Hearts deserve to be top, but we'll see how it goes in the end. But let's talk a wee bit, guys, about the fixtures that were announced today. We'll start with the team currently leading the Scottish Premiership, Hearts. April the 26th, 4:30 kick-off, Sunday. It's Hibs against Hearts at Easter Road. And then on the 4th of May, at 5:30, Hearts against Rangers at Tynecastle. That's a Monday night. Yep, 5:30 on a Monday. 5:30 on a Monday?
Shafted. Because it's a bank holiday.
Jamie, because using Falkirk of the televised game or some shit, was that what that was? Or was that a different fixture game?
Then Saturday the 9th of May, 8 o'clock, Motherwell v Hearts at Fir Park. Then Wednesday 13th at 8 o'clock, Hearts against Falkirk. And then controversially, Saturday the 16th of May, Celtic versus Heart of Midlothian. We'll start with you, mate. I mean, you and Cameron done quite an angry video saying that the SPFL are a joke for allowing that match in the last day. What's your thoughts on the fixtures?
I generally couldn't care less. You've got to play everyone. It doesn't matter how the fixtures come out. Yes, I would like to be at home. If we could win the league, only having 600 fans at Celtic Park is not ideal, but you've got to play everybody. It's just the way the fixtures have worked out. I can't really complain about it. You know, they're all massive games. We all knew it was going to happen. I am not surprised we've got Hibs straight after the break that we've got. I expected that. That game against Rangers. My only frustration is that game's on the Monday because I don't get that day off. So I'm still working on. A lot of folk I know are working on that as well. So I don't know if that'll affect it, and I don't know. It's a bit of a daft kickoff time, 5:30, but it is what it is. Got one game at 3 o'clock, which again I get, but I saw you and Cameron's reaction. Some of it, I understand where he's coming from, but you just have to go what the fixtures are. And I mean, if we are still with a chance to win the league going to Celtic Park, I mean, to be honest, that's probably going to be the biggest game in Hearts history for a long time. It's just, I've said it already, it's exciting, it's different. You know, I've said this on my own TikTok page as well. The amount of people outside of Scotland that are taking interest in this, when has that ever happened before? I saw a Hearts and Celtic and Rangers fan on that overlap programme. So many folk in England are talking about this. That wouldn't have happened previously. So I think it's exciting times. Whatever the fixtures were going to be, they were going to be. But I think you've just got to look forward to them. And again, we just have to focus on us. We can't think about anything else. Just focus on us. That's all we can do.
Who you scored this weekend, Graham?
What's
The
that?
Motherwell away day. We've got Motherwell away.
Yeah, Motherwell away. Who you scored?
St Mirren at home.
Toby says, looking at the fixtures, Graham, who would you say is the biggest game you have?
All of them. There's not an easy game in there. I think all of them are very different. But I do think my own thought about this is I think going into that split, we need to be top. So I think we have Motherwell on Saturday. If we're not top going into that split, it's going to be very difficult. So I think we really have to be top with those last 5 games to come. That's just my thoughts on that.
Okay, let's talk about the Rangers running here. Sunday, the 26th of April, we're playing Motherwell at home. And then we have the Hearts game away, like you said, on the Monday night. Then Celtic on Sunday, the 10th of May at 12 o'clock. Then Wednesday, the 13th of May, at home to Hibs at 8 o'clock. And then your last game of the season, Davey, is away to Falkirk at 12:30, Saturday, the 16th of May. I'm going to be totally honest with you. Before we get to the Celtic one, I think Rangers have got the best runner.
Why?
Because I think home to Hibs and home to Motherwell
Right.
is
But we're away,
helpful.
we're away
It's
to
helpful.
Hearts, Celtic and Falkirk has been, we've no beat this season.
I think that having 2 home games like that though is helpful. I think you can beat Celtic and you can beat Hearts away. I think ending the season, I think ending the season at Falkirk's a bonus for you.
I thought
Don't
you
know,
said these
that's-
are running.
Maybe a discredit Falkirk.
I don't care, mate. You've got every all 3 years have to win all our games
No,
anyway.
no,
so
and I agree with you, and I
that's
agree with what Graham's saying about you've got.
beating them and then getting
know.
beat the following week. It's what's happened all season. So
I know, and Graham's
you need to
right.
lock
You've got to beat. You've got to play these games. You've got to beat them.
Correct,
But
what I
I
will
just think
say is-
looking at the fixtures, I think you've got it. You've got it best.
last 10 years, the team leading getting into the break has played a home game in the last game of the season, and Hearts have been done over that way. That's my only thing with the last 10 years. It's always been a home game to whoever was leading getting into the split. And Hearts
So,
have been
what's your thoughts on that? Then, do you think that it should? I know Graham says he doesn't care less, but
no, I know, but that is my
Do you
only.
think-
What
do
people
you think
are
it should be the
saying-
team? Do you think it should be the team who's winning at this point that plays their home game last?
I will think about it. If they're going to win the league, would you know be better doing it in front of your own fucking fans in the last game than having 650 stuck in a corner, can't see the game because there's a big fucking mechano set stuck in your way?
But then the sweet thing might be for you, Graham, is lifting the trophy at Parkhead.
But I've seen it on Twitter to finish work the day, mate. Cunts greeting and moaning. We all have to play the fucking game, so it doesn't matter greeting. But that's the only thing. If the team get into the splits but had the home game in the last game of the season, I think Hearts have been shafted this year. No looked at as one of the bigger teams in Scotland. But the rest of it, I don't care. Because you're still going to win the 5 games after this weekend. And who says we'll be second getting into the break, do you know what I mean? No
Fair
idea.
enough, right? Let's look at the Celtics. Let's look at Celtic's fixtures. Home to Falkirk on Saturday, April 25th. Away to Hibs on Sunday, May the 3rd at 12 o'clock. You're at Rangers game on Sunday, May the 10th. Then Motherwell away at 8 o'clock, and then Hearts at home, obviously. But that's the thing. Celtic will get Hibs away and Motherwell away. You will get Hibs at home and Motherwell at home. I reckon that's significant. I really do.
I know, but you've got these games at home then, haven't you? Falkirk?
I use.
Nah, mate, you've only beat us, mate. He's haven't beat us in nearly fucking a year and a half of his in the league. Don't start trying to take now. 3-0 in September last year was the last time he beat us.
Very well. I think Graham's having technical difficulties. We'll be back, I'm sure.
That's all right. I'll be Graham Tate. I'll be two people. Just right, David / Graham.
John
I'll get
McGlynn
my
has done
heart
amazing
back.
work with Falkirk. He deserves manager of the season, especially with his financial backing.
See, if Hearts win the league, then it's got to be Derek McInnes, mate.
I agree.
But if no, then I would say John McGinn and McInnes and Muddle manager will be the three up front.
But do you think if Rangers win the league, it'll be Danny Rowe? Think if Celtic win the league, it'll be Martin O'Neill?
Well, I don't think Martin and Neil, but where we were, considering where we were when Danny Rowe took care, then maybe a bit of winning. No, myself, no. That's like saying Chermity should get fucking player of the year, and he's only scored in 5 games. Two games v you, 2 games v fucking Hearts, and a game against fucking Kilmarnock.
Is that how many he scored? Only 5?
Aye, no, he scored fucking 4 against Hearts, scored 4 against Jews, and 1 against Kilmarnock. He's got 9.
Ah, yeah, then.
Get shot of the split is shite. Just have a
But God,
bottom
it's
player system so we all play the same home and away games, so no one can moan about fixtures and let that fake computer generate game.
Aye, well, somebody says Falkirk's getting an extra game at home or something like that. I don't know if that's true, but and Livy's been shafted, I know, in the bottom 6, but I don't know, so I've not looked into it that much. Don't care.
You should care you're a podcaster, you're
Oh,
Robert.
shut the fuck up.
Your language is atrocious tonight, David.
Thanks, mate. Can I
Absolutely
get a wee
atrocious.
award?
So anyway, I don't think we've any of us have got any real idea who's going to win the league, but what's your gut feeling telling you, Corey, who's winning the league? Is your name?
Rangers.
Graham?
Just bypass me.
I'm bypassing you.
I obviously hope it's us, but I generally don't know. I think it's too hard to call.
I need that one here, Graham. He's an answer.
I know, you're sitting on the fence there, Graham. You need to just go for it, man.
That's fence sitting.
Fuck it. To get it up, all of you, it's fucking Hearts. But
Yeah,
That's what I like to hear, man.
Yes.
and I'll say, you are my second choice.
Sure. Brilliant across there, mate.
Unfortunately,
Any alliance was it you'd have called it?
unfortunately, my gut's telling me it's going to be Rangers, I think, for it.
Yeah, I think
I
it's
hope your
going to be
gut's
Rangers.
right for once.
I hope.
What do you mean for once?
Because I hope it's not like when you don't know what a red gear does and what a red gear doesn't. Diamante.
Don't even get me started on the red. Graham, do you think it's a red card for Leonard on Sunday?
Aye.
No chance.
I think he's got a long way to go. But the way that Dogs is, fuck knows, honestly. These officials this season.
No,
I
but
generally-
I think. I just didn't see the point of going to the monitor. I thought you should have
That's
said
my
that
point.
straight away.
It's my point. I think he had loads of work still today. The referee gave a yellow card. Why? What did he see differently on that monitor that he didn't see the first time? You know what I mean? And it's like Derek McInnes has got every right to complain because
But see, the thing is,
we obviously know. Hold on, we all know what position Hearts are in the now. Losing Leonard for a few weeks could be crucial. He's been in the team. He's been consistent in the team, and losing a player like that could affect Hearts' title chances.
Well, don't get sent after.
But it shouldn't have been a sender off. That's my point.
Fuck off, Jamie. That's a red card, mate.
How? He's got fucking practically the full pitch still to run, mate. He's got he's full
we
off
need
still
to
to
run
run.
about him, mate. It was himself. Leonard had fucking made a chance and maybe, but he just dragged him back. It was near.
That's not a goal. I bet I know it's a clinical foul, but it's not a goal scoring opportunity.
He did not score, mate. Moorhead's not amazing.
When it says a goal scoring opportunity,
It just goes to show you that the referees, and as I said, are a pish, mate. 8 minutes it took me, and I heard one name out in your game, and I turned it off. Matthew McDermott. Tried to give you a penalty for a ball hitting somebody's face up in Dundee the last time.
Yeah, I know. We still fucked that up.
You're a donkey, David. You're just not a bad donkey.
No, but I love it because I know you used to.
Fucking right.
There wasn't even anything controversial in my game, so I can't even say anything.
No. I'm
Right,
not
so
even
we're going
sure.
3 Rangers and 1 Hearts. What about the bottom of the table? What are we thinking of Aberdeen? They're looking like as if the
Hopefully,
only way down at the moment.
and then somebody gets sacked.
What is your problem with
That's it.
Stephen Robinson? What is your actual issue with that guy?
Nothing. It's just I've got a bet on with you. Actually, I like Robinson. I just don't like Aberdeen. I think they bring everybody down to their level, mate. Look at the way they treated McInnes and look what's happened since he's left.
That's also a good point.
Davey's spot on as per usual. Honestly. Stucking up his arse, man. Honestly, I don't even know. You must have something on him.
No, mate. Me and Craig are just good friends.
There we go. Look, David's some laugh. Jesus is king. You were telling him to go and fuck off and pray 10 minutes ago, and he says he
I
got
know,
some
but
laugh.
just message. Jesus is king. No long messaged us. We're just doing it for a bam up.
Tam the Bam. There you go. Tam the Bam. Red all day.
Thanks, Dan. What's that say?
I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
I don't think it's a red.
Alex says Hearts win, Sevco second, Foreigners third. What?
Because we're Irish.
All right.
Who's this crackpot?
Even fucking Toby loves you. David is first class. Terrace TV, TikTok podcast, Toby the Tim loves Davey.
To be fair, he
Ah,
wrote
fair
David
enough.
first as Celtic. So,
I don't know what that means. You better know.
Graham, what's your thoughts on relegation, mate? Do you think Livingston are gone, or who do you think are joining them in the playoffs?
Yeah, Livingston are down. I think Aberdeen are in serious trouble. I think the one thing about St Mirren and Kilmarnock is they've got players that can fight. I don't see that with Aberdeen. I don't see any fight in them at all. They really lack quality. I generally think there's a big opportunity that Aberdeen could be in that relegation playoff. Would I fancy them against one of the teams in the Championship? I generally don't know. They are in serious trouble.
What do you think's actually went wrong at Aberdeen this season? Because I know that they had their manager, he left and stuff, and they had Peter leaving for a wee while, but Stephen Robinson hasn't had a great start at all. I mean, they've got some good players there. What is it the actual problem? Is it Pittodrie right now?
Too many foreign daddies that don't understand the league, mate.
I think it's a team of individuals instead of an actual team. They'll just do what the fuck they want.
As I tell you, I watched them in the cup game against Motherwell when Motherwell had 9 men, mate, and Motherwell were still playing them off the park.
They don't know what they're doing. They just do their own.
You know,
thing.
Aberdeen won the game, but Motherwell were playing them off the park with 9 men, and that was before Robinson's time.
Aberdeen are woeful. Honestly.
Aye, mate. And then they need to do another clear it if they stay up or not and get his own players in.
But like you said, how many clear outs has it been since McInnes has left? McInnes knew the players knew that there's a certain type of style would do all right because you got them second and third consistently. Now they're struggling to get in the top 6. So
They were always up there, mate, right?
But I don't know.
You
don't know what you have.
Wouldn't mind Aberdeen going down. Toby says Tam the Bam. Hopefully Aberdeen away.
They likes Aberdeen, mate. It's not just me.
I don't like them because they think they're bigger than they actually are.
Problem with Aberdeen is chronic depression, says Jesus is King. Interesting.
It's all granite. I mean, too much granite.
Partick are playing great football. Any team playing them will have a fight. That's a good point. I think whoever finishes second bottom will end up playing Partick. I think that's what's going to happen. I think Partick will get to the playoff final. Aye. And I think the Partick will. I think Partick and St Johnstone will both go up.
So that I think.
But I don't think Aberdeen will be in the playoffs. I think it'll be Kilmarnock.
What's the gap? 3 points or so?
Yeah.
Is it 3 points?
Tasty.
But again, we've seen
27. Killie have got 27, and both Aberdeen and have got 30.
Right. It's mad that there's still.
Dundee, by the way, as well. Dundee could get dragged into Ravel and get 32.
Nah, they're all right, mate.
Nah, I think they're fine.
Could get dragged in. It's only 2 points ahead.
Have you paid out Corey on that bet yet?
No, not yet.
Yeah, it's up there.
End of the season, innit, Corey boy?
I know, but it's finished, mate.
It's finished in October.
Nah, but the league hasn't finished, but so.
They can't take care of them, but if dies, they can finish the 7th.
Mathematically, yes, you're correct there, David.
No, because it's split 9 Motherwell with more points and sixth place one year and it didn't make a
Aye.
fucking difference. They still finished seventh. That's the only
That
weird thing
doesn't
about the league. Why they do that.
That's why I don't like the split. I like it if they just played.
The Belgians do it right.
No, I don't know. The playoff thing's weird.
I know, but they do it whereas it's all the ones fighting for European football against the ones that are like in the middle, and then the 3 different leagues basically. Splits into 3.
Stu says, no, Kelly under McCann have fight and passion back. Well, they've not been winning much games. They never won at a weekend there, mate. You know what I mean?
Last week, mate.
I know, but, you know, at this point, they need to be winning games. But before we wrap up the night, guys, I want to talk to Graham a wee bit about Scotland. I know he's a big Scotland fan as well. With a couple of games there, we've got the World Cup coming up. We were speaking, Graham, the other day, mate, about what was the point in taking guys like Finlay Curtis and stuff like that, Lennon Miller and all that, when he's not playing them. What did you make of the games, first of all, and why is Steve Clark not giving these guys a chance in games like that?
I never so much the Japan game. I was in Liverpool, so I managed to only catch the last half hour, but I didn't think Scotland were great. I thought the Ivory Coast game played some decent stuff, but poor goal to lose, and we just didn't create enough. But I said it myself, bringing Finlay Curtis to give him 9 minutes, bringing Lennon Miller and bringing Andy Irvine was absolutely pointless to not play them. These guys are the future. The other guys are playing. We know they're going to go to the World Cup. What's the point in picking guys like McGinn and McTominay when they're going to go anyway? I think these friendly games, which I don't like anyway, I don't like friendly games. They're a waste of time. But for me, that was a chance to bring in guys that haven't played, give them a bit of experience, give them a chance to get in at that Scotland fold and maybe get a chance to go to the World Cup, because they can pick 55 players and then cut it down to 26. I mean, who he's going to pick, I generally don't know. But I just thought those friendly games were a chance to experiment. And if we lose the games by experiment, and I think most Scotland fans would say, do you know what? Fair enough. He's tried something different. He's brought other players in. But to see the same old faces and the same old subs, I just thought it was a waste of time for me. But I think friendlies are pointless anyway. You get nothing out of these games. So yeah, I thought they were very frustrating. But I'd have been happier if he'd actually given Finlay Curtis even a half and Lennon Miller a half as well. But to just keep playing players that are going to the World Cup anyway, I just thought it was pointless. You didn't learn anything out of those 2 games, I don't think.
Aye, we were saying the exact same thing, mate. You know what I mean? He didn't give these guys a chance in that. But Finlay Curtis, Lennon Miller, is there anybody else who's not been in the Scotland squad? I can think of the top of my head. Barney Stewart. Sorry?
Calvin Miller,
Barney Stewart, Ross Stewart down at Southampton. I think these guys deserve a bit of a chance as well in the next. Was there one friendly to go into?
I wouldn't say Ross Stewart. He's had these chances. He's been in the Scotland squad, hasn't he? Never worked.
Scoring goals again for Southampton, but mate.
I know he took his goal well at the weekend. So did that Barney Stewart.
It's the same shout as like Ollie McBurney. How many times has he played with Scotland and no scored a goal, but he can score by loads in Hull?
Mate, that's why Shanklin on it. That's what they said about him. And he scored against Denmark.
I know, but he only had a couple of games. Like McBurney's had 20 odd games. I mean,
do you think these guys deserve a chance, Graham? Is there anybody else you can think of?
Personally, obviously it's a biased opinion, but I think Craig Halkett should win the Scotland squad. I think he's been great this season.
okay.
You look at Harry Milne again, he's been great, but again he's fighting with Kieran Tierney and Andy Robertson. I understand why he's not in it. But I mean, Barney Stewart's had a great season for Falkirk. And the one thing I think Scotland lack is a natural goal scorer. And he's a goal scorer. I've said numerous times, and I stand on this hill, I am not a fan of Lyndon Dix or Che Adams. I don't think they're good enough for Scotland, and they haven't been for a long time. I would like to see something a bit different and a bit fresher. And I think a guy like Barney Stewart, who's scoring goals, this guy came from university football, and he's been great for Falkirk this season. Get him in there, give him a chance. But I can guarantee, and I said this to one of my mates as well, I can guarantee that this probably won't happen, but the next 6 games, Lawrence Shankland could score 15 goals, and you guarantee he will not start the World Cup. He'll start Adams or Dykes because he picks his favourite. And that's where I get really...
Che Adams scored at the weekend, coming off the bench.
I know,
but for Scotland, he doesn't do enough. He just doesn't
I know.
Lyndon Dykes doesn't do it at club or country.
I agree with him that Shankland could score fucking 5 goals in every game at the end of the season and we'll make him start.
And I don't really get it because Shankland can play that role well, you know what I mean? He does it well for Hearts. It's not as if he's no mobile enough to do it, you know what I mean? It's like he's more mobile than Dykes and Adams, actually. So
I wouldn't say last year, played behind the striker last year at points, wasn't he? But the
Aye,
year before, he
aye.
was fucking scoring all sorts of goals, all different kinds. Out
He's
the
the
box,
best.
in the box, right foot, left foot.
He's the
But he'll
best
not be
Scottish
gave a game under
striker.
Clark. Aye, but he'll still not be
I
gave a
know.
chance under Clark.
I know, but it's mental. It's mental. It's
Thing
the
is-
same with the Euros.
Give Clark out.
The thing is, we go into this World Cup with Che Adams and Lyndon Dykes as our two main strikers. Then it puts too much pressure on guys like McTominay and McGinn and all that to score goals. You know what I mean? They do a brilliant job for Scotland with the goal scoring today, but you're
Scotland
expecting your
starting
striker to
11
chip in with
depending
Mel.
on-
You know what I mean?
With Scotland 11 at the World Cup's depending on Ben Dopin fitting it. He's the one that brings the spark.
And that's the worry, because he can't always stay fit. And
I
without
know.
him, that real
But
creativity.
that's that, you know, he's a starter, and then it's just the midfield picks itself basically after that. And then it'll be Che Adams because he's more mobile than Lyndon Dykes.
Because that midfield is fantastic. Do you know what I mean? You look at it on paper, McTominay, McGinn, Gilmore, you know, Lewis Ferguson, Kenny McLean, they're all decent, very decent players. But yeah, it just seems to...
I just want to see Scotland have a go at this World Cup. The last
Aye.
Euro point, if we're going to go out, at least go out having a go. There's no point sitting back. Just have a go at it.
But you watch World Cups and it's always the underdog that goes for it. Like Costa Rica years ago, there's always one team that gets results. Aye, there's always teams that get results when they shouldn't.
I was
And
just
we're
worried
never
about
like
how the video I done the other day about how Scotland should be competing better against Japan, and the amount of people that were telling me that Scotland aren't good enough to compete with Japan is worrying. Because, like I said the other day on here, you know what I mean? We've got McTominay, we've got McGinn, we've got Gilmore. These guys are all playing at high level, top. I'm not having Japan or better than Scotland.
Yeah,
I'm just
mate.
but they're either a better team, mate, but have they got better players, individual players?
No,
It's what I
know
was saying.
That
What I
does
was saying
happen.
last week, but it's the system, and they're stuck to
Aye,
the system.
But that's the thing. It's like,
Comfortable
why are
with
we?
the system.
Why is it that we are saying as Scotland fans that we can't compete
Well,
with Japan?
We need to play three at the back just so we can play two left backs.
Aye, that's also true.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
I know we've
It's
got fans here, but I'm sorry. But see, if Anthony Ralston starts the World Cup, I'm fucking switching it off.
So we
100%.
did. Don't worry.
We don't want them either, mate.
But it's mad. The other day there, Lyndon Dykes made his 50th cap for Scotland, and you've got players. We've all got players that were team that never even got 15 caps.
Aye, aye.
Do
We
you
need
know what I
Adam-
mean? Going
Adam
back in the past.
Listen.
Aye.
Right, guys. Sorry, I've missed some comments here, but we're going to call it a day. Graham, thanks very much for coming on, pal, and joining us and giving your thoughts on Hearts this season and what you expect the rest of the campaign.
Have you back on just to laugh at it.
Aye. We'll see what happens the rest of the season, guys. But Corey, Davey, thanks very much for joining as well. Everybody hit that subscribe button and all the rest of it. Have a good rest of your evening, guys. Thanks very much. Goodbye.
Morning,
Catch you,
Angels.
people.